got involved in the youth council because I wanted a way to be involved in my community as a teenager, and I wanted to have a positive influence on my community and other youth in my community.
I've been someone who's very interested in helping others out and just discovering parts of Oshawa that I didn't necessarily know.
I felt like it's a platform where we can reach out to people.
A friend got me involved.
And we decided that we would join the youth council, and I wanted to get some volunteering opportunities, and I wanted to meet some new people. And I really miss our in-person meetings, not just because we get free snacks, but also because we have good discussions and it's about things that I enjoy doing.
A reason why I really wanted to join it was definitely because I thought it was a great opportunity and a platform for youth. Oftentimes, we have things like student councils and student governments within our schools, which are great to get involved on a school level, but there was nothing really that I had known of to get involved at this municipal level in a way. And I thought it was a great opportunity to express our concerns and plan events for youth, by youth.
I was passionate about engaging youth voices and providing more opportunities for the community, specifically the youth in the community. And I wanted to take part in this wonderful opportunity and provide my input and opinions in regards to creating a safe, secure, and better version of Oshawa.
Well, I'll start off by saying it was super fun.
We learned that like zines are pretty much mini magazines that have one single theme.
We were given like lots of different creative challenges, like the 10-second drawings.
What we really did was we got to explore many activities before we started making our zines, like the blackout poems and exploring different mediums quickly under 30 seconds or 60 seconds to really just get those creative gears turning without really thinking too much, which was a super fun activity.
The workshops helped me explore things I could put on my zine and different ways art is displayed.
We've got to really explore different aspects of different art forms, focusing around a zine and what it is, exploring how we can use different mediums to create that common message.
I learned that no matter what form the zines are, they express personality and there's a story to tell. I got to learn a new skill and also learn about people who are in Oshawa Youth Council.
I think we got to definitely like explore ourselves as individuals, find out who we were. So it was a great way to learn about each other. It did help us kind of bond a little bit more, get creative, relax personally, because art is a way I do relax, and I did like being in a different space for a certain amount of time.
My favorite part was probably the mini zine because it helped me prepare for the final zine the most, and it helped me like explore and brainstorm ideas for that, and it helped me understand what the zine really is.
I think my favorite part was definitely making my mini zine because the subject of it was a guide on how to walk. I just like kind of being funny, trying to make people laugh.
I really enjoyed the blackout poem activity. I thought it was really creative, especially for someone who doesn't think that they're good at writing or poetry. I know in elementary school, we always had those units where it's like, okay, now you have to write poetry. And that always seemed very intimidating. And using the blackout poem, it was so much easier since you're not at a loss for words. You can use pre-existing words and shape them in a different way.
I think the poetry one was really interesting in my opinion. There are so many forms of art that we tend to neglect, and it really just brought that insight back to just, here it is, like it's not just about a visual aspect, but the words you used and things like that. I think it was really creative. And it was really nice to see like everyone take like a similar piece and kind of interpret it in a different way and see what stuck out to everyone else. So that's probably my favorite one.
I was very engaged in the poetry one because I love to write, and literature is one of my favorite topics. And having the opportunity to incorporate this form of learning and educational platform into my zine was my most favorite part. and also having the opportunity to spend time with my Oshawa Youth Council members, Hannah and Kendra was amazing. And after all, Kendra is a well-known artist in the visual art platform, so it was honoring to have her as a mentor to this program.
I think it was really cool that we actually had a professional artist like kind of lead it and to see all her work that she wanted to show us.
The way she looked at things were really different how I looked at things, because it was like, oh, I have this plain piece of paper, what do I do with it? And she was like, you can do these things and that thing.
I really like art and I really enjoy drawing. That's why I mainly chose drawing for my zine, and to have another artist there who shares a passion for art. It was really fun, and like I learned a lot.
It was so interesting to have like her artistic perspective as well when seeing the different examples and some of the zines that she made. It was great to bounce ideas off and get inspiration from some of her work and how we can take those ideas and add our own influence and our own personal stories to that to make it our own.
Final zine was about silver linings. Pretty much, I'd take a bad scenario and then find a good scenario and put that on the next page. And this entire idea of it was just from a single silver Sharpie that I found in my Sharpie box.
In my first zine, my favorite page was my front page, because I just colored everything back and made the pineapple stand out. So I like that.
My zine is 10 moments in 2020, and they could be good, they could be bad. And I wrote a little title for them, and then I did a little drawing. I chose 10 of the most important moments and moments that I really liked from 2020. And I just decided to put them in my zine. So I made a 12-page zine. One was the cover, one was the back, and then the 10 things.
My zine is about things to do to keep yourself healthy, since we're all kind of stuck at home for long periods of time right now. So I put getting out of bed in the morning is really important for care, because it's good for your mental health, it's good for your body. I did washing your face, and I had eating healthy foods, talking to friends. Don't just sit alone all day. Talk to friends, talk to family.
So the final zine I made, it kind of revolves around a startup business that I've created with a bunch of my friends, called Simply Lotus, where we create bags out of gently used fabrics and textiles.
At Simply Lotus, we're really tackling the issue of fast fashion and creating sustainable textiles. A lot of people don't know that the issue of fast fashion, and there's very little awareness about it. So we really wanted to increase awareness about that. But at the same time, we do not want to bash the fashion industry in any way, since we think it's a very creative industry with so many forms of expression. So playing off that, I took my zine to really represent our mission and our goal.
So it all started off with just passion about fashion, and then learning about things aren't necessarily as beautiful as we see. The final product is amazing, but the things that happen to create that final product, not so much. So I kind of go into depth about that. I've cited a couple of sources and put out highlighted key information, things like that. And then the very end just finishes off with a little quote about a dream and then a vision, saying that a dream will show you where the end goal is, but a vision will actually tell you how to achieve it.
In my first zine, I've explored the notion of my home country and how there are multiple struggles happening there, such as previous wars, etc. And in my final zine, I wanted to motivate people and the people who view the gallery to believe in themselves and have the faith to endure anything, specifically during this difficult time. I also want them to feel a sense of passion for who they are and what they're capable of accomplishing.
I hope at least one of the pages in there really connects with them and it brings up memories. I'm pretty sure the first page will probably bring up the most memories, the COVID-19 page, because that was the entirety of 2020.
I did leave it pretty open. I mean, it is a story, so I'm hoping they definitely can see kind of a journey through that, but I really hope they end up inspired. at the end of it, that you can take anything you're passionate about and create change in your own unique way. I think that's kind of the story of Oshawa Youth Council, and it's the story of Simply Lotus, and it's the story of any teenager who kind of is passionate about something that they really, really care for. It only takes a step, and that step is what will stop quite a few people. That's the scary part, but I'd say take that step, take the risk. It's all worth it, and it'll be an enjoyable process. So I hope that people finish off inspired seeing that.
I hope that my zine really conveys the diversity within fashion, within any industry really. It applies, it's universally almost, about how one broad branch term has so many different paths it could take, and it is more beautiful because of the diversity.
I kind of hope they feel motivated.
I hope that they like it, but I also hope that they understand where I was coming from, and I was trying to raise awareness about all of these things.
From completing this zine, I've had the opportunity to learn more about myself and my personal understanding in regards to the overall world. And I'm passionate about this world, and I hope that more people will build more support to this world and provide platforms or any other things to help better build our community or society and the future generation.
Get involved with OYC.